What's up, YouTube? I filmed this entire video in the wrong white balance. So you might start watching this video and be like, why does the color look just like bland? And that's because even though I'm a photographer, a professional photographer, I neglected to change the white balance when I first started. So just keep that in mind when you're watching it. It does change towards the end once I'm done with my entire makeup look. I switched the white balance. So luckily you can actually see what it looks like in real life because it does match everything. But trust the process, trust me. It looks a little dull throughout the video, but I promise it gets better. Anyway, I've been getting a lot of requests on my Instagram, both my personal and my fitness Instagram, to make hair and makeup tutorials, and a lot of people have been asking how I do my makeup. So this video is showing you guys just my everyday, natural, full-on makeup tutorial. Some days I won't wear makeup, some days I won't wear foundation, I'll just do concealer, BB cream, mascara. But on the days that I do a full-on makeup look, this is what I do. So for those of you asking how I do my makeup, this is for you. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's just get right into it. I've tried filming this 3 separate times this week, and every time I plan to wake up the next morning and record this, it's cloudy. I almost didn't film this today, but I just figured, you know what, I have to get it done. And the lighting, I mean, it's not terrible. It's just not super bright in here. So hopefully the makeup turns out the same. I think it will. So first things first, I clip my hair back so it doesn't get in my face when I do my makeup. Also, I curled my hair with the 3-barrel curling iron, for those who are curious how I get these like wavy curls. And I'm going to make a video tutorial on this as well eventually. I just need to figure out like the right setup for beauty tutorials so I can kind of have the same layout, because my bathroom lighting is not good. I can't find my actual sunscreen that I normally put on my face, but I'm not really outside anyway right now, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so I will sometimes go with this regular moisturizer that I use, the Origins Ginseng moisturizer. I use this in my normal skincare routine, but if I need extra moisturizer, I'll use that instead of BB cream. But this is like my go-to. It's actually almost gone, but it's the CoverGirl CG Smoothers BB cream, and it's a tinted moisturizer. I use the color 810 light to medium. I've literally been using this for like 6 years now, but it's a very natural color. It's sliding off my fingers, but it's not really pigmented either. It just gives you like a really subtle tint. In the summertime, honestly, if I don't feel like wearing foundation, which I really don't wear a ton in the summer at all, I will just use this and then some concealer and a little bit more of an SPF underneath this as well, because that's only like 20. This is like pretty much the foundation that I use during the summer. I don't know if you can even tell, but it gives it like a really, kind of just smooths out the color in my face. Also, I'm curious, comment below if you have like a specific order you do your makeup in every time, because I know some people that just like slap it on and not really in any particular order, but I have to have like structure. There's like a whole routine and an order to how I put my makeup on every time. But yeah, next I'm gonna go in with a primer. This is the one I've been using. Not gonna lie, I don't really like it that well, and I'll show you why. The cover is fine, and like the product itself primes very well and it keeps my makeup on, but this is why I don't like it. Ready? Oh, it wasn't that bad this time. But normally, this will just like crumble. I don't even know if you can tell, but it's just like, it's so crumbly, and sometimes it like sprays everywhere, and there's like little bits and pieces of the primer that just fly out all over the place. Once it's on and it's kind of warmed up with your hands, it's okay, and it covers really well. Like, I like the actual product, I just wish it wasn't as messy. I purposely didn't tan, again, even though I desperately need it. I did not fake tan for you guys, so you don't have to worry about, I mean, they're still kind of orange, but honestly, it's just the lighting. I swear it's not that different in real life. And then I'll also, after my face primer, I'll go with an eye primer as well. If you guys have issues with your under eyes creasing, like the makeup under your eyes creasing all the time, I'm gonna show you guys a hack. I kind of bring my face primer up into my under eyes a little bit, but then I'll also go over with eyelid primer, and I'll put it on my lid first. And then whatever's left, I'll get a little bit and just kind of put it underneath the corner, underneath my eyelid right here. So like right at my lash line. And then just kind of blend it out into my actual under eye too. And I find that that keeps my concealer in place and it doesn't crease hardly at all, unless I'm like really sweaty and it's super hot outside. But most of the time, this works. Okay, next is my foundation. I use the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the color Vienna right now. When I'm fake tanning, I would prefer a little darker color, but this is just like my winter shade, I guess. And I can also darken it with bronzer if it's too light. But I'm gonna use a sponge as well, like a beauty blender sponge. Don't get on me, I know it's a little dirty. I did clean it, it's just kind of stained from my makeup. I usually end up doing like 4 pumps on my hand, and then I'll blend it out, and then I'll go over with a little bit more on the spots that need more coverage, but usually 4 to 5 pumps is like perfect. And I try not to like smear it, I will pat it into my skin. Unless it's a moisturizer and you kind of have to rub it into your face, I always try to pat things in my skin, especially around my eyes. But like once my moisturizer gets to the point where it's kind of tugging and I have to like pull a little more, I'll start patting it into my skin. So the same goes for my makeup as well. And I bring the foundation up under my eyes a little bit. We will put concealer on in a bit too, but I just kind of blend the remaining stuff that's on my sponge on my under eyes and my eyelid. And honestly, I feel like that did the trick, so I'm not gonna use any more. We'll use this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Concealer. I fluctuate between the warm light, which is this color, 115, and the light, which is 120. Either color works for me. I'm just gonna do that, and then I do like a little bit here and then a little bit on either side of my nose, and then anywhere that needs like a little bit more coverage. Right now I don't have any like pimples or anything to cover. And then I'll go over it with the same beauty blender. Just gently patting it too. I'm not pulling my skin at all. And then I'm gonna go over it with the Bare Minerals Original Foundation. It's like the powdered, loose powder foundation. It's in the color Fairly Light. I have used this since high school. My mom got me using it and it's honestly amazing. I know some people say it's like, it breaks them out or it's not good for their skin, but I have been using it since high school and my skin is fine. So, but yeah, I'll go over it with this to just kind of set the dewiness of my foundation, because I don't really like the dewy look. If I look dewy, that's fine, but if I feel dewy, I can't do it. I just feel like I'm muggy and sweaty all day. So, and then another tip for your under eyes, if your makeup creases under there a lot, I'll do the primer underneath my lower lid, and then I'll also use like an eyeshadow brush and go over it with the foundation and just kind of like pat it in just around where it would crease normally. And then using that same eyeshadow brush, I'm gonna go over my lid with an actual eyeshadow color. This is the Revolution makeup. It was like a cheaper palette from Ulta, but I like the neutral colors a lot. I don't ever use pinks or reds or anything, but I do like this one and this one. So I'll go over my whole lid with this right now. And I find that kind of like what I did with my under eyes, just sets the makeup, like the little leftover foundation that I put on it earlier. And then using this is the Morphe M441 brush. It's like a blending brush, and I'll use that color up here. It's a very neutral color, but it's more of like a beige tan color than like a light cream. It just brightens up my lid, and then I'll go over it with this beige tannish color with the blending brush and just pat it into my crease. Once it's kind of like built into the crease on the outer corner, I'm holding the brush like on the end too, and I find it just blends easier. I'm gonna start blending it out towards the inner corner, and it just gives a little more dimension to my eyes. You can't really see it right now. This is like a more natural look. If I'm going out and like going to dinner or wanted to get a little more dressed up, I would use a different eyeshadow. I could do another tutorial on like how I get ready for like a date night or something. If you guys want to see that, hit the like button if you want to see that. I also like to go under just the outer corner of my bottom lid. Kind of adds a little more dimension. This is the part where I get eyeshadow in my eye without fail every time. Okay, moving on to bronzer. The Benefit Hoola bronzer has been something I've used since high school as well, but I kind of have been going back and forth between this one and just the Rimmel Natural bronzer. Looks like this in the color Sun Bronze. I will use the little flat contour brush that it comes with and go from starting at the top of my cheeks, just contour my face, blending it out. I start from like here and then blend back into my, like towards my ear, and then I'll kind of use whatever's left and bring it down a little bit, and then blend up, fade that line out a little bit. And then once I feel like that's pretty much blended, I'll go down into my jawline a little bit, and a little bit on my nose. Just using like one side of the brush, not the entire brush. And I'm gonna start from here and just kind of draw a line. And then I'll go over it with a bronzer powder brush and then add a little more to my cheeks. Whoa. That looks way more harsh on camera than it does in real life. And then I just kind of blend it out. I found in high school, I followed Blair Fowler for years. I was like obsessed with makeup at the time. And she told me to do like an E and a 3. That's where you need to put your bronzer. And I've kind of just been doing that ever since. But I don't actually draw an E and a 3. I just blend it out in those areas. And then down in my neck too, because we're not the same color right now. Blend out that line a little bit. And I find that putting the bronzer up here too kind of just gives that more like tanned from the sun kind of look. And then I'm gonna use the same brush and go in with a blush color. Funny story, I have literally had this same bronzer since like 10th grade. And I know some people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, that's like probably bad. But it doesn't smell bad, and it's, look at that, I haven't even hit the pan yet. Like that's how little I use on my cheeks. But yeah, I'm gonna do the same kind of thing, only staying right here, a little higher than where I put my bronzer on my cheeks. I really don't use a ton of blush at all. A little bit on my nose. I like to look like I've been in the sun all the time. I know some people just put bronzer like right here and then blush right here and that's it. But I like to make my whole face look tan and sun-kissed. We are looking a little more colorful now. I am not a makeup expert by any means, so don't take this as like the only way to do your bronzer, because there could very well be a better way to do it. This is just how I've done it my whole life. And then the last thing for my face is highlight. So I got this in like a beauty box, like a subscription box. I think it was Ipsy, but it's a flat highlight brush. And then this is the Dandelion highlight by Benefit as well. Put that on my brush like this, and then start from here. Also my nose, I like the tip of my nose and then the bridge of my nose. A little bit on my Cupid's bow, and then a little bit on my forehead, just to give a little more of like a dewy, shiny kind of look. I don't use a ton of highlighter because I find that a little bit goes a long way with this. So yeah, we are done with the face, and I'm gonna move on to my brows before we start finishing my eyes. So this is the NYX Eyebrow Powder Pencil in the color Soft Brown. I know I'm blonde, but when I started getting my eyebrows tinted, I would always get like a light brown, and then I gradually got a little darker. So now I'm just using like actual brown, soft brown on my brows, even though I'm blonde, and I find that I just love the look. I don't know. I did get mine microbladed almost 2 years ago now, so I need to go get a touch up. That's been a lifesaver, but because it's fading a little bit, I go over it with the pencil. And it's dual-sided, so this part is the actual color part, and then it comes with a brush. And I'm gonna just start by tracing the bottom. I like to draw a line from like the corner right here and then under my whole brow, just to kind of give it more shape. But then after that, I'll go in, fill in the rest of my brow, draw little lines upward, give it a more brushed up full look. Flip it over and just brush upwards, starting at that line where we traced underneath, and that kind of helps blend that sharp line out so it's not super harsh. Honestly, getting my brows microbladed was the best thing I could have ever done. It's like if you ever have eyelash extensions, you wake up and you kind of feel more put together because you just already have eyelashes. It's the same thing with microblading and having your brows already colored in for you. You don't really have to do much. It saves me so much time. I used to spend so much time filling in my brows to shape them more. Now I feel like I just do my brows in 30 seconds. And if you can't afford microblading, honestly, just getting them tinted at like a Medi Spa or wherever you find someone that can do lash tinting, they most likely do brow tinting as well. Getting them tinted is a lifesaver too. Sometimes I'll get it a little higher than I'd like, and I just go over that with an eyeshadow. brush and just kind of blend that out right there so it's not like a really harsh line. Okay, moving on to eyes. We're almost done. I've been doing this for about 5 years now, and I find that if you have blue eyes, I think it works on green eyes as well, but you guys need to try brown eyeliner and brown mascara. I use, this is actually from H&M, believe it or not. I just found this because I was in need of an eyeliner and I just grabbed it, and it's the Soft Kajal eye pencil. 01B7 is the color. Lasted me so long and it's actually so nice. It's not dry at all. It's really like creamy feeling and it goes on so easily. So the way I do my eyeliner, I've had a lot of people on Instagram ask me how I do it. Easiest way to explain it is if you're looking straight on it yourself in the mirror, start from like where the colored part of your eye ends right here and then work your way out this way and then blend it out if you need to a little bit into this, but I don't go like all the way into my corner. I stay right here, so it kind of keeps your eyes more open. This is gonna be so hard. Focus, yes. So you're looking here where it starts very, very gently. I kind of stay as close to my lash line as possible, and I don't make it super thick. That's what it looks like. Another tip is to use very small strokes with your eyeliner instead of just drawing a line like this, and I find that that helps create a thinner, more accurate line. That is all the liner I'm going to use, and then I'm going to go over it with a very small, flat, angled brush, and I'm going to go over the liner with this to just smudge out any harsh lines. And then I'll show you guys the difference. I don't know if you can tell already. It just looks a little more soft. Okay. And then this is the trick that I use as well to keep my eyeliner in place. I feel like I set everything, like my foundation and my eyeshadow and my under eyes. I also kind of set my eyeliner with a darker eyeshadow that's pretty much the same brown color. This is the Lorac Pro Matte Eyeshadow Palette. I'm pretty sure I got this at Kohl's. I love the colors in here. As you can see, I really liked that bear color. It was kind of similar to the lighter neutral color I put on my lids, but I really like this chocolate brown color for my eyeliner because it matches it like perfectly. I'm gonna take the tiniest little dab of eyeshadow and put it, just pat it into my eyeliner, and I find that this keeps it from smudging or rubbing off, and it helps it look a little darker and more bold, you know? See, like using brown on your eyes, it makes your eye color pop so much. Just what's left on my brush and go in just a little tiny bit. Like I'm not adding any more eyeshadow to my brush, I'm just using what's left. Just like the outer corner, I don't bring it in at all. And then I go in with my eyeshadow brush again and just blend that part out. It's not dark by any means. We're getting close, almost done. I'm going to curl my lashes and then also apply my mascara. This is the CoverGirl Clump Crusher. It's in the color Black Brown. I have been using this mascara since high school. Again, like nothing's really changed. My boyfriend hates when I do this, freaks him out. And normally people will just go like this and curl their lashes. I like to take it a step further, bring it up into my eyelid. It doesn't hurt, I promise. It just perfectly goes into my eye socket right there. And it sounds so weird when I say it like that, but I promise the amount of lift it gives your lashes compared to just like pinching it like right here and holding it. My lashes aren't that dark right now, so you can't really tell, but that's what this is for. So the reason I love this mascara so much is the wand. It's like curved upwards. I don't know if you can see that, and it helps. It like perfectly coats my lashes and kind of makes them go upwards as well. The reason I love it is because it just goes with the shape of my lashes, like all across my lid instead of just straight, you know? I've tried so many other mascaras, even like black brown colors, and I can't get into any other mascara. I do a couple coats, so I'll go over, make sure everything is like coated one time, and then I also will go over the top of my lashes too. So I will go between like strokes like this and then wiggle it and pull it out. And then I'll go over the top as well to coat the top. It'll make your lashes look so much more full, see that? So once I feel like everything's pretty much covered with the first coat, I will let that sit for a second, do my other eye, and then go back with my second coat. Coat number 2. I'm gonna go in with the third one. Don't judge me. How are they looking? I think we're good. I could spend so much time on my lashes, it's ridiculous. Okay guys, we are almost done. I'm gonna take these out. And then last but not least, we're gonna do lips. These are my two favorite colors right now. I'm a very neutral, like nude pink kind of person. The two colors I've been loving lately are both by NYX and they're both $4. So if you have an Ulta or Walmart even nearby that sells these, they're literally $4. This one is a matte lip liner and this one's just a normal lip pencil. The matte one is the color London, kind of like a more reddish brown, and then the Peekaboo Neutral color in the normal lip pencil, reddish neutral pink kind of color. And so I'll go over the outside of my lips with this. Tracing my lips, I start at the V, Cupid's bow, and I outline them a little, like ever so slightly overline it. Not going like all Kylie Jenner here, we're just doing on the very end of your lip. Underneath, same thing. I don't outline the corners right here, I just kind of outline the bottom half to make my lips look a little more full. Okay, and then I leave the inside of it untouched because we're gonna go over that part. Sometimes I'll just leave it like this and then I will put chapstick on and blend the corners out so it kind of just lines my lips. But then I'm gonna go over today with the London color just to add a little bit more dimension. I feel like I look like I have a mustache right here right now. Okay, so this is what it looks like before I blend it all out. I don't like the sticky feeling from lip gloss because my hair gets stuck to it and stuff. I'm just gonna do the inside, upper, lower, blend it out, and then go in with my finger and just blend it out here so the line isn't as harsh. What happened? I forgot to change the white balance in my camera. So this entire video could have been a little more colorful. I'll have to do another one in a little bit. Maybe I could do like a more glam, like date night look. It's pretty much the same, it's just my eyes are a little different. But I think we're done. Yeah, so this is my everyday makeup look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you enjoyed this type of video. I could make more beauty related tutorial type videos too, along with like my health and fitness stuff that I normally post. But yeah, give me a comment below and tell me what you think. And if you want to see more videos like this, let me know what kinds of videos or tutorials you want to see. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.